What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a little bit different video than what we typically do. Well, kind of on the same lines, but we're dabbling a little bit here, Sparky.
Oh boy, we're getting into some tall weeds.
Metaphorically,
You might have to check me for tips.
We're going to be doing a predator setup video. So we dabble in the hunting content every once in a while, but we do hunt in our free time when we have free time. Sparky way more than any of us because, you know, he's a professional. But today I wanted to go over my hunting setup and what I'm using for predator hunting right now, because I think it would be a really good video, really entertaining, and it is something that I like to do when I have time to do it.
I got a question.
What?
How do you get this out of the window of the truck?
Before we talk about the predator hunting setup and kind of the gist, there are some disclaimers that we need to give you. First thing is we have a relationship with Armasight and Arrow Precision, which is Stag and Arrow and Ballistic Advantage. They're all one and the same company. And then we also have a relationship with Bog as well. We did not get to keep the Armasight thermal. So that's the first disclaimer. Second disclaimer, basement operator, night owl shirt. As you guys know, we're doing a lot of night vision stuff here, so make sure to go check us out at Basement Operator. There you can find all our new night vision merch and a lot of our old merch. Make sure to check us out. And then also, if you like this build or if you like anything you see here on the channel, from older videos to what you might have it, you can find it there on our builds page as well. And if you don't see it, reach out to me on Instagram. I guess you can even reach out to Sparky if you wanted to. Make sure to follow us, and we'll tell you all about the stuff we used if you want. True Shot Gun Club. Yes. Make sure to go check out True Shot Gun Club, as they do provide the freedom seeds here on the channel. They have pretty much everything you can think of in terms of plinking, tactical, prepping ammo. They have a ton of stuff for training. So if you're training and you're shooting a lot of ammunition, or if you're shooting a little bit of ammunition, head on over to True Shot Gun Club. You can find their link at basementoperator.com/links, and it's the very top of the page. Next thing's next, and definitely not forgotten, AceLink is our armor sponsor here on the channel. Big thank you to AceLink for supporting the channel. We've been running their stuff for forever and a day now. We're really big fans of their armor. They're super lightweight and they're affordable, and you know, they produce a good product. So big thank you to AceLink. If you want to check their stuff out as well, same spot, basementoperator.com/links, big red link at the top. Big thank you to AceLink for supporting that channel. So let's talk a little bit about the setup here. Now, before we get into it, I do want to say we're not talking about every little aspect. So I'm not going to be going over like my call that I use or my handheld, or like, we're basically talking about gun tripod setup here, because I think this is what a lot of people are looking at when they're starting to build out a hunting setup. And we've been predator hunting, we've been hog hunting for years, and I think I have a good grasp on what I like and what I don't like in terms of what I'm using. Here's the gist of it. All right, so we're going to start out with the rifle. We're going to talk about what I like to use in that, and then we'll work our way throughout the rest. All right, so this is a Arrow Precision lower receiver with a Ballistic Advantage 16-inch 6.5 Grendel upper. Now, I'm a super big fan of the 6.5 Grendel. Sparky, you're a Grendel fan. You have a Grendel as well. The Grendel here in Virginia is like the do-all be-all of AR-15 calibers if you are looking to hunt. You can go deer hunting with it, and that's the big driver really, because you can't hunt with a 223 here. Legal. You can't hunt with a 224 Valkyrie or anything really like that. So you have to be bumping up to the larger calibers, the 6.8, the 6mm ARC, bumping to the 308, the 6.5 Creedmoor,
AR-10.
Yeah, and then you're starting to carry a lot of weight. And I really wanted to minimize weight and stay on a platform that I really like. Obviously, I like the AR-15 platform. We shoot enough.
Darn good round.
Yeah, and the Grendel is a really, really good round. One of the reasons I like it so much, because here you can find it for availability. So the bullets that I use are a custom SST 123 grain Hornady.
Like $30 a box.
$30 a box, which is about on par for hunting ammunition. Yeah. And you can find it everywhere. Yeah. Back when COVID hit, couldn't find it anywhere, but now it's starting to ramp back, and you can find the ammunition. And I'm just a super big fan of it. This Ballistic Advantage is a 16-inch upper receiver, as I previously mentioned. I like that. I know it doesn't maximize Grendel potential. I know you're really shooting for that 18 to 20 inch barrel, but I like the 16 because of the ranges that I shoot. I really don't need that much extra velocity.
And for running and gunning,
in a setup, it's a little bit smaller. You're adding the can to it, it sticks it out further. So, I mean, I like to cut it back as far as I can and still have a reliable rifle.
You're not looking for something that's going to, start stacking holes at 800 yards in this setup. You're looking for something to shoot coyotes with.
Exactly.
You don't need them to be on top of each other. Would you like them to be that way? Sure.
Yeah.
But.
Well, and there's a testament. This rifle, now I was zeroing at 50, but I was able to stack a group of 5 pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'd hope so.
Yeah, but you don't need something that really maximizes your velocity to where you can extend your round out that much further. Here in Southwest Virginia, we're not taking shots over 500
holler
yards.
To holler, we're looking at...
we're hardly anything here. So I don't need to maximize my range.
Yeah.
Now, some people will be like, that's crazy. I'm shooting a 20-inch barrel on my stuff. I'm looking for the craziest amount of range and velocity and power that I can get out as far as I can get it.
And that fits their application.
And that's perfectly fine. But that's not what I was looking for. So I was super pleased with this. We've been using the Grendel for forever and a day, so I have 100% comfortability and reliability in that round. Mm-hmm. It'll hit and kill a deer. It'll hit and kill a coyote. And
the deer you shoot about the same size. So.
Yeah, well, that's true. Big fan of the caliber and rifle. So to complement this rifle, we have a brand new Air Precision Lahar 30 cal suppressor. Now this is their medium-sized suppressor, so you can get a longer or you can get like a K version for a shorter one. Mm-hmm. This one is direct, or not direct, threaded. It has a key mod adapter here.
Nice.
So it's quick detach. It runs similar to all my dead air stuff, where we have the K on the channel, and this I was able to get an adapter. It was like 200 and some bucks, which sucks because the Lahar comes from Air Precision as a direct thread. But being able to attach the key mod adapter is really nice, and the suppressor is relatively lightweight. It's full auto rated. Not that that's what we're doing.
We need that, but what we're doing.
But it is a really nice suppressor. Hides flash really well, unlike other things that we shoot.
Now, when you say it was like your dead airs, I was like, that's an insult.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
No, the dead air likes to send out a fireball, which this indeed does not. And I've been actually super impressed by the suppressor. I think Air Precision for their first launch at a can is pretty good. They just recently released the tan ones. It'd be really nice to get one of them. But I really like that can. The other suppressors that we run are like locally made suppressors.
They're pretty good.
And they're pretty good. They're really long. This one's that happy medium of like 6 to 7 inches. I really didn't want to extend the barrel super long. You know what I mean? So I'm a big fan of that. And then of course the rifle shot shoots great, and it's a blast, and I love to take this thing hunting.
The thing is a clean looking rifle.
It is a clean looking rifle, and
it's got a lot of straight lines.
It does. And when I look at my hunting setups, I think about it as a whole different application to like a tactical setup. Like I'm not running any grips. I'm running just
rail covers.
Rail covers. I don't want to overcumber it too much. I'm doing a lot of like moving around, and
you're kind of saving weight, but you want something kind of beefier.
Yeah, and also I don't need to like have the same like grips and stuff that I do when I'm thinking about shooting tactically and stuff like that.
It's a whole nother world when you put it in a tripod.
Yeah, it's a whole nother world when you put it in a tripod. I'm not running a light on it because I'm running thermals, whereas like a tactical setup, I would have a light on it.
Yep.
It's just a very different application.
You could put like a predator light, but you don't really need it with thermals and or night vision.
No. The only thing I would think a light would be good for is like after you shoot it. But then I'm usually running a handheld light anyway.
The old iPhone's got a pretty good flashlight too.
Yeah. That's a good one. One of the guys I predator hunt with, Connor Booth, I will tag him down below. He runs a like little outdoor Appalachian Addicts Facebook page. He's super into it. He was telling me that a lot of people, he hunts a lot of tournaments and stuff. He was telling me people could run lasers on the front, and then once they shoot the coyote, they see where it goes. They laser them and leave their tripod on with the laser pointing
walk out there to it. That's a good idea.
With night vision. I never thought about that.
That's a good idea.
Like targeting. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool concept. I guess if you don't have a handheld thermal to sight, and you're scanning with night vision, interesting concept.
Yeah.
I don't know. Speaking of thermals, let's go to the absolute heart of this build. And this is the Armasight Contractor 640. All right.
Nice.
So this is a beefy boy right here.
Oh, yeah.
All right. It is big.
Thick with 2 C's.
It's thick with 2 C's. There's a lot of awesome stuff coming out of Armasight. We run their BNVD 51s.
Mm-hmm.
They're awesome. Their night vision is really
For
just
the money,
spot
it's
on.
up there.
We did the course with the Armasights. We've done a lot of night vision shooting with the Armasights, and we're just a really big fan of their products. And so we wanted to go with the Contractor 640 as our thermal setup here. So this does have a 640 core, and when you're talking about thermals, there are several different core sizes which affect image quality and all that great stuff. There's a 320, and then there's a 640. Those are kind of the two main cores that you get when you're talking about thermals, and price ranges are insane difference between the two. There are new cores coming out on the market, a bigger core, like a 1024 core or something like that. It's double the size of the 640, or 1280 is what it would be. Math ain't mathin'. And companies are starting to push to that. But the 640 core is the standard right now for if you want a high quality, very nice, image quality in terms of your thermal optic. And so to talk a little bit about the Armasight is a really nice thermal. You can adjust all of the menu options from the top of the thermal. There's no buttons, they're all knobs. Now, I guess there are technically buttons because these do push in. But in terms of a lot of the selections, there are mechanical movements associated with all of them, so you know when you're changing it. So when you move it, it moves. Yeah. It's not like a button that you have to make sure you hit 3 or 4 times. Or and hit really hard, which is one of the reasons we used to use a lot of ATM products. I think this is a leaps and bounds better than some of the ATM thermals that I've used in the past.
It's very user-friendly.
It is super user-friendly, and that's been one of my biggest things that I like about this thermal. So you can turn it on and off at the top here. Super simple to do. You just push down, turn on, push up, turn off. It's really easy. It has a ton of different color palettes. It has 8 different reticle options, which are really nice in terms of, customizability. One of my favorite color palette to run is a red hot. So you get white, black, and then a contrasting of red, which is awesome when you're looking at when you're looking at a field and there's white and black everything, and then you see a red, oh,
that's something.
It's really hot. So that's the color palette I like to run. So one of the things I also like about this is it does do a kind of enhanced pop-up at the top. So you have your normal magnification, but then you also have a kind of over-magnified version for a more controlled shot. So if you're looking at, say, a target and it's 400 yards, you have the magnification at the top for the first dead-on shot. But then if that predator or that hog is running and moving, you have the backed out display at the bottom that you can track the target with and do follow-up shots on, which is really nice and pretty sweet, in terms of.
It's a nice feature.
Anytime it's a nice feature. It does have onboard recording, which is really nice. There is no type of micro SD or anything. It's all recorded on the device itself. You can do photos and videos. It comes out really clear. You get the whole image, so it's not just what the thermal sees. You get the crosshairs, you get the data on the sides, you get everything on the export, so you know exactly what you're looking at and exactly what you're seeing. One thing I did notice when we were getting stuff, after you bring it in, it takes forever to transfer off your computer. It was literally like double the amount of time. I don't think it has anything to do with any of the software on our end.
It comes with the territory.
It comes with the territory, maybe. I don't know. Just one of the things I noticed. Another great thing about this thermal that I really like is the way it's zeroed. It's got a kind of one-shot zeroing process. So what you can do is you can go into the menu here, you shoot your target, and then you can adjust the reticle to where your shot should be, and you can zero this thing in no time. It has half MOA adjustments, which are really nice, and it tells you exactly in the scope what it's set at. So if you ever need to go back and reset the 0 for something,
you already know
exactly what it is. But if you want, it also has different profiles on it for different rifles. So it does have a quick detach feature, which is really nice. So you push in right here and you can pop it on and off of your gun as you please. Oh, I don't think we've sufficed to the boomers, but this thing is clear.
Safety does happen to be on.
Safety does happen to be on, unironically. Quick detach feature allows you to bounce it between guns. So one of the things that you might want to use that for is, say you're hunting multiple states. So like here in Virginia, you can predator hunt with the 6.5 Grendel all day. But if you go over to West Virginia, you can only hunt with a 2.23. So you can bounce it between your rifles, and you don't have to re-zero.
And just change that profile.
Just change the profile, which is a really nice feature. Or if you want to say you want to go hunt like hog, which Grendel will work on hog, but you want to be going 308.
Yeah.
So you can just bounce this to your 308, swap out the top on it, and
ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. So I mean, the Armasight really has a ton of great features.
Very user-friendly.
Very user-friendly, and I mean, it's really a great thermal for the money. This thing does MSRP high. It's like almost 6 bands, so that's a lot of money. I think it's like 5,700 and something for this contractor right here, which is the 3-12 version with the 640 core. But I mean, I think you get a lot of thermal for your money, and I think it's really nice. Thermals can go incredibly high in terms of price point. This is a great thermal.
This is kind of like a bang for buck.
Yeah, this is a bang for buck. It comes with a lot of the features that you're looking for. One of the things I didn't mention that I do like about it is it doesn't have an onboard battery. You can actually swap out the batteries, which is nice because say you don't want to run an extra battery pack on your thermal. Say you just, you run out of onboard battery. You don't want to have to carry a clunky battery pack. It's easy to carry batteries. These are CR123s. It comes with 2 of them. You swap those out. It takes like a 5-second swap. It retains your 0. It does everything it needs to do. And the CR123s are like a universal battery.
They're so common now.
We have some
take them out of the light.
Yeah,
real quick.
TLRs run on them. Most of our night vision runs on them. Like they're super common. So having that as just the main source of battery. Now somebody will come back and say, well, I like the onboard rechargeable battery, so I don't have to keep buying them.
But you can buy rechargeable CR123s.
Yeah, you can buy CR123s that recharge. I'm just a fan of being able to
stick 2 or 3 in your pocket and keep going.
Yeah, instead of having to carry a massive bank on the side of it.
Yeah, I agree.
And now if you wanted to do that, you could, because there is a USB-C port right here. You could attach it here. There's a pick piece here on the side. You'll see it in the B-roll. But if you wanted to attach like an RMR to the side of this, or if you wanted to attach maybe your battery pack to the side of it,
you could.
Then that's a very, usable thing to do and a nice feature. All right. So let's move past the thermal because I think we've spent enough time on it. Let's talk a little bit about the tripod setup. And we both have quite a bit of experience with the Bogs. What do you think about the Bogs, Mark?
I'm a fan. For what it is, it's extremely lightweight. I mean, it's carbon fiber.
Yeah.
It's sturdy as can be.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the nicer one.
This is the brand new Infinite series. So this one has the ball head on it, which is really nice. And it also has the arc rail. So if you want, you can pop this thing off. Voila. And you can,
so that's how you get in and out the truck window.
Yeah, that's how you get it in and out of the truck window. You can get arc rail features that will bolt to your gun if you want it.
Small.
They're real small if you want something more sturdy, and they attach right to the tripod. Or if you don't want to do that, you can always run the
device,
which is,
if you're going in between rifles.
Yeah. And if you're using this for multi-applications, like maybe you're taking it deer hunting and you're taking it and you're using different rifles for it, then the clamp really is the way to go. I mean, it works really, really well.
But these Bogs are like so easy to use and adjust.
Oh yeah.
Lock and unlock the legs. They're lightweight.
And I think, the big upgrade was the jump between the two. There are some things I like about the other Bogs better, like the legs on them were a lot nicer, in my opinion. I don't like these.
You don't like the way these lock and unlock?
No, I don't. I like the flipping the clamp over. And
yeah, those were a little bit easier. These are a little bit cleaner. And this is trying to save weight.
I get it.
But the other ones are a little more user-friendly.
The other ones are more user-friendly, but the ball head really, really sets it apart. Being able to rotate and cant your rifle as you need, it really really stands out, and I think it makes a big difference. Only problem with these is they're like $350. Now the aluminum.
But that's the cheapest thing about this all setup.
That's true. That is,
like, let's be, besides the sling.
Yeah,
that's the cheapest thing on the setup.
But you know, it is, you know,
if you can spend $6,000 on a thermal, I think you can shell out $300 for.
That's true. That's true.
Tripod.
But you're just thinking about it. Like there's camera tripods everywhere that aren't $350. So that's the only reason I think about it like that. But it is a good tripod. If you want to go the aluminum version, which weighs a little bit more, it's like $250. And then if you go like an old version, it's like $100. But you don't get the cant that you get with this one.
Well, if you're really running and gunning, just get some shooting sticks.
That's true. Shooting sticks work fine too. But some people like to really dial in.
I would rather have this. If it was me, I don't predator hunt that much, but like if I was gonna go, I'd rather have this.
Well, this is good for everything though.
Yeah, like this is a more stable platform. Heck, we shot our recce rifles out to what, 600?
Yeah, 500-600 yards with these things.
Yeah, so or the older ones. So like, I'd rather have a tripod setup, but in other applications, a pair of shooting sticks would work too. Would
work just fine. It's just all about how you want to use it, how dialed in you want to be when you are shooting these things. Some people like to really,
because this is a very stable platform.
Yeah,
so,
holds your rifle perfectly, and it'll hold like an AR-10 parallel like this. We kind of just canned it for the aesthetic. I think it looks a little bit better.
It's all about the look.
It is all about the look.
Break out the wallet and the check.
Yeah. So I think that about does it. Let's go over one final breakdown on price point here, Sparkle.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Oh, it's gonna hurt. Let's say $1,000 for the can. I think the actual can's like 800, but you need the
adapter.
Yeah, you need the whole shebang. So let's say $1,000. Let's go ahead and round up and just say 6 flat for the thermal.
So 7.
7, and then let's say
1,500, 1,800.
Nah, 1,500. After it's all said and done, 1,500 for the rifle, the minuscule features and the grip.
So $9,000.
You're looking at pretty much $9,000. Oh, we didn't even count the tax stamp. So yeah, about $9,000 for this just the rifle and tripod setup. What I would recommend to people and who this is for, it is definitely for somebody that is serious about predator hunting.
Oh yeah.
It is not for somebody that is, going once a month or going once or twice a year. It just doesn't make any sense. But if you're going predator hunting, you're going hog hunting, you're doing a lot of predator control for your farm, this is where this thing really shines. And you get your monies out of it with the contractor. And the Grendel, I would recommend the Grendel to about anybody that asks for a good predator round. So I mean,
so this is not meant for your everyday Joe that predator hunts every now and then.
This is for somebody that's really serious about predator hunting and really wants to get some
my
bang.
Kind of predator hunting is a 22 mag and a red predator light and a mouth call. That's more my speed. So I'm like, $9,000.
No, it doesn't make sense for everybody.
Yeah, but if you're wanting to go all the time and you're going to do it all the time, but it's also one of the things. If you spent the kind of money on this, you're probably more apt to go.
Yeah.
But obviously,
you're gonna make sure you're calling a lot of farmers. Hey, you got any problems?
Yeah, you got some, calves hitting the ground this time of year. Like, wait a minute, like. So,
it's a great setup. I'm really happy with how it's built out. Big thank you to Armasight and Air Precision Ballistic Advantage for helping with the video. Also, big thank you to Connor Booth with Appalachian Addicts for taking me on some hunts. Awesome dude. Make sure to go check him out. We'll link him down in the description. He fell in a shit pond taking me to one of these coyote hunts. So
that was pretty fun.
Big shout out to him for that. We really appreciate you guys for watching the video. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys on the next one. As always, take someone outdoors. Peace. I'll shoot you. Can we film?
Safety on? Yep. Butterfly.